gonna know.
Hey.
You're gonna know.
You guys are full of it. Full of it.
Oh, it's a secret. You'll never know.
Full of secrets.
Next time, I'm gonna turn the volume up on my computer so I can hear it. And it just
That's
won't
why
be recorded.
Baxy's hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
Full of secrets. And it's only going to get bigger as it dries.
Oh man. Well, welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom TTRPG. We didn't decide our special shout out before this, so I'm gonna make an executive decision to shout out Sparkling Water. Thank you for your service. You could taste better, but we know what we're getting. Please sponsor us. Oh man.
Was there spooky sparkling water? That'd be appropriate for Brindlewood.
A what?
There's a spooky sparkling water.
Isn't there a Liquid Death? Isn't that?
Oh, see,
Sparkling, yeah.
Liquid
Right
Death
on.
is your
A
opportunity.
special shout out to Liquid Death. We love you. I don't have a can of it, but we'll just pretend that this can is you.
This could, yes.
This could be you.
Fix it in post. Fix it in post.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, we're back with our the second part of our second mystery of this campaign, Dead Man's Hand. Dead Man's Hand is written by Donna Giltrap and published in Nephews in Peril, which is a supplement to Brindlewood Bay, a game published by Jason Cordova in the Gauntlet RPG. And if you're like, wait, but Sydney, I haven't watched the first part of this. Well, that's really kind of on you, and you should go back and watch it. So get on that. It's in your best interest. But if you don't have time, I've got a little recap. At the start of Dead Man's Hand, in our last part, we catch up with Thea, Marina, and Violet about a month after the head-scratching events of Homecoming Cliff and the Night of Croon. After some really touching moments between them all, in our opening vignettes, they head off to the Brindlewood County Charity Poker Tournament, an annual event where anyone who's anyone, everyone who's anyone, anyone who's everyone, the people of Brindlewood Bay come together to play poker and raise money for charities of their choice, each player being sponsored by that charity in hopes to bring back that money for their charity. The big names of the Bay are here, the mayor, some reporters, even Charles Ace Rogers, who is not a Bay native or even local, but a professional poker player from Las Vegas, playing for the Society of the Kindly Ones. The things go from fire hazard to life hazard pretty quickly here at Town Hall when that same player, Ace Rogers, is shot dead right at the finals table. Only our suspects and our Mavens had a clear enough line of sight to pull that trigger when the power surged. So our Mavens set out, each having been not made it to that final table themselves. But they've got their book club clues and Amanda Delacourt mentalities in hand, and are hoping to find this criminal before the whole event folds like a house of cards. Can they clear their name, or have they gone all in for the last time? I'm really proud of that line, personally. Thank you. A round of applause. I gotta find a round of applause sound effect for this. We are going to come back in right where we left off. As our Mavens are split up, we're going to start with Marina heading towards Corinne and Mariah. Corinne Waitley of the Brindlewood Bay Waitleys, and of course Mariah Prescott, one of the members of the founding families of Brindlewood Bay. Marina, before we get into the scene here, I'm just a little curious, what are you hoping to do?
Well,
What's going through your mind as you're walking back up to them?
I know they were pretty close, so definitely wanting to see if they saw anything, kind of check if Corinne's okay, and then also curious to know why they were in such a rush to talk to the mayor.
Right on. Well, love it. Well, things are in a general level of disarray from this gunshot, and then the mayor making everyone stand back, and the call to EMS services, which will arrive shortly, or the sheriff or someone who isn't here that should be. You see Petra running off, coming back with an ice pack and a bunch of other stuff for other things and other events. As you cross across these extension cord lines and layers of carpet to the twinkling lights that have Mariah Prescott and Corinne in front of them. They seem to be sort of engaged in some conversation with one another.
I think I'll just go up to mostly to Corinne. Hey, are you okay? I saw that you were pretty close.
Yeah, you see, she does have a little bit of just a shocked look, and she's keeping, her arms and her hands, everything feels very closed in, whereas the Corinne you saw earlier, much more open and relaxed. She has everything closed in here. She goes, really kind of you to check in. No, wow, right? I'm okay. And Mariah puts a comforting hand sort of on her shoulder. How about you?
No, I mean, I'm okay. You definitely seem a little bit rattled. I mean, I was across the room. I can't imagine just being pretty close to the table. And I take out I had to Google relaxing crystal, and apparently amethyst is the most relaxing crystal. So I'll just hand her a little amethyst with those things wrapped around it. Just here, just hold on to this. I know what it does, but
yeah. I thought to myself, I didn't need mine tonight. I didn't bring. It's about worn smooth at this point. I guess I did. Thank you. And she'll
always
grip it tightly. Mariah sort of chimes in at this point. We were uncomfortably close. I can't even, the lights going off, and then that god awful sound, and then he's dead. This sort of thing shouldn't be happening in the Bay.
No, absolutely. I mean, this
disgrace.
was unexpected. Did you happen to see anything before the lights went out?
Oh, Marina, I think it's meddling time.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. It's going to be meddling with presence.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. It was 2, right?
Let me see. For you, presence. Oh, yeah, 2d6, and then you don't have a modifier in this.
I do not. That's a 5. Yes, a 5.
Okay. So, on a 5, this ain't gonna go super well for you. You're asking if they saw anything. And I think as you ask that, you start to catch their eyes looking past you. And after you finish your sentence, you hear, I believe those are the sort of questions that I should be asking.
Oh, hello, and
Well, it's Sheriff Wyman Dalrymple behind you, of course.
No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, we gotta see what's going on. I mean, we're all so frightened. I just want to know if anyone has any clue what's happening.
I mean, your mind's in the right place, but I can handle it. And he kind of nods at each of you, and we'll sort of amble up to the microphone that the mayor has been sort of hogging. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Some things have happened, so it seems. While we wait on CSI to come in and do their job. I'm going to ask that if any of you have any important details that would be relevant to understanding what happened here to Mr. Charles Rogers. And he says this and he looks right at you, Marina. You can come to me and talk about it. Don't worry, I'll be making my rounds. Thank you.
I think I'll just like turn back to the ladies and I'll be like, not for nothing, but you know, this police enforcement, I mean, a month ago they showed up after like hours after the murder, hours after there was a youth passed out in the bathroom, and somebody missing in the woods. I mean, I don't know how much like I'm just gonna let him just ask all these questions. I mean, I want to get some answers too.
You see, Corinne is like trying to follow along with what you're saying, and then Mariah goes, you were out there with all of that debauchery in the woods?
Oh, we were just in the woods for croon.
But you were also with the deceased teacher and the passed out child. You make a habit of being around these sorts of situations?
I wouldn't say it's a habit. We were just out for croon and we ran into it. I mean, we weren't looking for the murder.
How interesting for you. What a surprising sort of day it seems.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we managed to find out who it was like minutes after the police got there.
And Corinne chimes in, sort of to Mariah about you, Marina. They were all at that pet show with the dog thing too. And Mariah was like, you guys were at that as well. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it is another annual event. And Corinne goes, no, they were like secret judges, and she like spills the whole thing. It was actually really impressive the way that they were able to sort of string it together. She starts to realize that like what she thought she was doing and helping, not working. Mariah goes, wow, you all seem to really make it an event to be around these sorts of events.
Yeah, it's very lucky that we're there. We just have such a keen eye for mystery.
Well, I don't know. I prefer hiking without dead bodies myself.
I mean, that's always ideal.
Of course. Of course.
I mean, I don't finish a hike and be like, man, I wish there was a dead body.
I think when you say that, the sheriff has come back to your group.
Yeah.
Well, I would hope not.
Right. You agree.
Yes. All right. I'm going to be standing by our deceased until CSI get here, but if any of you, and he looks all three of you in the eyes, have anything that you think will contribute to solving this case, we're here and on time now since it's in city limits and not an hour away. I'm sure we can get it done.
If you say so.
He like turns so his badge can glint. And then you hear some like radio chatter. I think we're gonna with him kind of just standing there near you all. What's your game plan? You didn't get what you were looking for yet.
Mm-hmm. I think I might wait for to get Corinne alone, because Mariah is just like completely does not like the vibe. And then I think eventually see what's up with what's his name as well. Just like ask around. What was that other? The math teacher.
Tony is the math teacher, and so he's down in the basement. Violet's following him.
Right.
We've got Dan, who's the guy who was on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the mayor. We've got the caterer. And then your favorite person, Amelia, the Newt lady.
And Mike also, like, if Corinne is not like alone for a while, probably gonna go see.
You might have to circle back. You see that Mariah sort of like snaked that arm around Corinne's as they talk to the sheriff. I love seeing Angela's face. So mad about Mariah taking Corinne's arm.
I told you the vibes were off, and Thea was like,
Listen, there are just particular brands of elderly, powerful women. You guys are just different brands. That's fine. I maybe we'll leave that scene there as you sort of back off with the sheriff's presence, plotting what you're going to do next. And our camera shifts just slightly to Thea and Francine here at this table. Petra has ran back by, not with an ice pack, but with just like a gallon bag full of ice from an ice machine and a washcloth because it is too cold through the gallon bag plastic, and hands it over to you.
I take it, immediately put it on my head.
Wasn't that supposed to be for your knee?
Oh, you're right. And I put it down.
Do you have a headache?
I have a little bit of a headache. Could you actually get me some aspirin or some Advil, something?
This Petra kind of looks at you all with her arms full of other shit that she's got for people.
I could be last on your list. It's okay.
Francine, don't worry about it. I've got. She pulls out a baggie of just indiscriminate pills. The kind of reddish brown ones are ibuprofen, I think.
Oh, nice drug stash. And I like reach in and I grab some.
Yeah. Give me the day move.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
Give me the day move. It's going to be with reason or vitality.
Vitality.
To kind of just like non-discriminately reach in and grab the right ones.
5.
The 5s are coming in hard.
They really are.
Okay.
Great.
This isn't going to be great for you. So on a 5 of the day move, if you reach into this bag, what are you afraid might happen?
I'll definitely grab something that makes it way harder to concentrate or make my tummy hurt.
Oh yeah. Thea, you are pretty sure you grabbed that ibuprofen. As a player to keeper to player, you did not grab ibuprofen.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be a fun bit to bring in later.
Okay.
Or you could put on a crown to make it less bad.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. This is ibuprofen.
To quote
Famous
Megan,
last words.
if I had a nickel for each time Sydney has drugged me in a game, I have 2 nickels. It's still weird.
I have nothing to say.
Drugs.
In both options, you had time to opt out, and you chose to stick with it.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
Yeah, you take that ibuprofen.
Yeah, I dry swallow it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more powdery than you remember ibuprofen being.
Okay. Are you?
Maybe they just kind of rustled up against the other pills in the bag.
These aren't expired, right, Francine?
Ibuprofen doesn't expire.
You're right. You're right. It just tastes a little weird, but okay, I trust you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's in my pocket, and I got a little nervous, so...
No, it's great that you had them. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You were playing. What charity are you playing for? I don't think I remember.
To write Bay on her arms. That charity.
Toboha?
Yeah.
She will show a bit of her wrist where she has the Toboha sigil. You know how people will put the semicolon?
Yeah.
This is an interrobang.
I didn't know you cared so much about it.
She pulls her sleeve back out. It's not a big deal. It's yeah. I know you cared so much about it.
It's just a charity that really means a lot to me. And I wink.
Cool.
I'm gonna start reaching over to my ears, and then I go, "Oh, can you do me a favor? I think I actually dropped one of my hearing aids down there. I'm gonna look for it, but I don't want to look uncool. So can you lean over me and just keep on the lookout?"
Why don't I just look for it? You're the one with the bad knees.
Yeah, but I wouldn't ask that of you.
Rolling the Dame with presents.
Oh gosh, goodness.
You just slammed into the ground so hard you needed ice, and now you want to crawl back around on the ground.
Yep.
And you're older than her.
Do I need to declare anything beforehand or no?
Just what you think would be a consequence if you failed.
Oh gosh. Maybe my knee injury gets way worse, and then it's just I literally cannot move at that point.
Potentially. This is more of a social role.
Oh yeah, because it's presents.
Yeah. You're trying to convince her to do this thing for you.
Probably Dalrymple will notice, maybe. See, it's suspicious.
Yeah. Maybe she thinks your request is too weird, or it sullies whatever this is between you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. 2d6 plus presents.
Okay. Please. God. 7? I don't have a high presence. I know.
On a 7, I think it is what you say. You get the sense of the way that he's standing near Ace's body that you are going to be seen by Dalrymple doing whatever it is you're doing. Okay. But Francine will do what you ask.
Sick. Cool. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Describe away.
Okay, I'm gonna sink down underneath the table and then army crawl over to where I saw that object.
Yeah.
And then if I can, I'll just cover it up with my body and slip it into my jacket and then get back up.
I think it's in the covering and slipping that you hear, "Excuse me."
Hey.
And what
nice
are you
weather
doing?
We're having down here, right?
You want to tell me what's going on?
I lost one of my hearing aids because I fell during the whole gunshot, and I'm just trying to look for it.
We got a senior citizen that's missing one of her hearing devices. So you need help finding it? He starts talking louder.
What?
Thea De La Rosa, do you need help finding your hearing aid?
I don't need to find a Cheeto. It's my hearing aid.
He reaches down to pull you up.
Okay. I get up.
On a 7 to 9, I'm gonna say you get this thing, but you have not convinced the sheriff of this ruse. Maybe Francine and others.
Mm-hmm.
How about, well, let's go. I need to talk to, so it looks like CSI's coming in. I'll have Brett look around for your hearing aid. And then you and I will have a little chat.
What was that last bit?
Brett, can you find the damn hearing aid? He's going to walk you back to your table with Francine and then sit at the table with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I turn back to Francine and I give her another little wink.
Did you find your hearing aid?
No, but they've got some guy looking for it, so I'll be okay.
So you can hear her, but when I'm talking to you, you can't hear nothing?
What are you saying? I like lean away from him.
He takes out his little notebook and starts writing something down.
She's much closer to me, you know, with an
He scoots his chair closer.
Did you brush your teeth this morning, or
do you want to be held in contempt? Are we gonna play this game again?
All right, okay, I'm cool, and I lean back into my chair.
And at that point, Mayor Simons walks by and is like, she's not giving you any trouble, is she? And claps you on the shoulder.
No, sir, not at all.
We don't need any more pranks this year.
Well, what if I already did do a prank?
Sheriff, you hear that? Sheriff's like, the pranks are, there's a dead man, Jeff. Get it together.
I didn't say I'd prank right now.
The sheriff looks between the two of you, kind of waves on the mayor. You better hope a prank is all that you did.
I mean, I'm innocent, promise. And then I yawn and I do the like yawn arm move around Francine and look as casual as possible.
Yeah. While you're getting lightly, like cased for murder and also very clearly selective hearing. I'm going to say with all of those interactions, you do get this thing. You haven't looked at it yet, so you're going to get it. But you're going to take marked by a Wyman Dalrymple.
Okay, cool.
As you sit with your situationship and the sheriff at this table. And a little bit, I think maybe we see like our camera starting to shift and we see Officer Brett coming up with a hearing aid. Someone else's hearing aid, mind you. But a hearing aid. But our scene is already shifting as we're seeing the closing door of Violet heading down the stairs. Violet.
Hello.
How much time did you give between Tony going down these stairs and you going down these stairs?
Not too long. She's gonna kind of enough room that like he's hopefully not immediately gonna see her, but like close enough that like she can maybe kind of see where he's going. So like a creeper distance behind.
Right on, yeah.
Needed a unit
totally
of
official.
measurement. Yes.
Yes. This stairwell goes down one floor and opens up into what is effectively town hall storage. There's some old vacant offices. There's tons of boxes covered in tons of dust, some broken chairs, a chalkboard that's seen better days. Think school basement vibes. cobwebs out the wazoo. It smells so musty in that way that is like definitely mold because there's some sort of dampness down here.
Gotcha.
And you hear his breathing and his footstep shuffles as he, from your creeper distance, you see him go forward and then turn into one of these. Either it's a hallway or a room. I think maybe you can't quite tell from this distance.
Okay. Let's maintain the creeper distance and just go check out where he went.
Cool. Now here's the question I posit.
Yeah.
If you can hear him, he could hear you.
I mean, maybe he has a hearing aid and lost it. Maybe Jay has his hearing aid.
Tony's a little. He's. I'm sure his students wish he had a hearing aid and lost it. We're gonna give this a day move with. I want to say composure to be like quiet enough, to focused enough to not make a big noise.
Okay.
What could go wrong down here for you?
Man, I feel like with the moisture and the mold, there's got to be dust. So first thing, not that bad, but like sneezing real loud to alert, or some variety of loud noise to alert him of her presence. If it's loud enough, it could be, like alert the sheriff or somebody else that she's down here, or alert somebody else who there's other weird people down in the basement. She just saw him. There could be other people.
What'd you roll?
That's actually not bad. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay. On a 9, players will be vulnerable and have the opportunity to back down. I think as you get closer, I think you're staying quiet enough, right? There's enough creaks and groans from the old floorboards and things like that you're pretty well obscured. As you get closer to where he turned, it becomes evident enough that like if you go in, you will be. It's like a big open space. There's not so. If you turn to go in there, you're going to be seen no matter what. If he's looking at all this direction, but he doesn't know you are there yet.
Okay. I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna stay quiet, but like walk into the doorway and basically like see what she can see, but basically be ready to be like, are you okay? Like, I saw you walk off on your own. Is everything okay?
Okay.
Basically, if he's looking at her, that's what she's gonna say as she comes around the corner.
Yeah, you come around the corner and you see that he's gone into a room that's like pretty empty and has like just finished like one loop of a pace. So he's like just turned and sees you standing there. Oh.
Hey, are you Tony, right? Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm that was a loud shot.
Yeah. It's definitely pretty scary for sure. I saw you step to the side and, with everything going on, figured maybe folks shouldn't be alone. You just need a minute to think.
As you say that, you see him like flinch from something that isn't there. That you don't see anything there, but you do see him just like visibly flinch. It was loud.
Yeah. And I think Violet's gonna talk more quietly and just be like, it was pretty loud. It kind of, in the room like that, it kind of echoed a little bit too. And you were right there, so,
Yeah. you can like take a gun to a shooting range, but you've got the headphones on, and it's not. It's not. I mean, that gun. It was like it barked right at me.
Yeah. Yeah. That is. I've heard people compare it to dogs barking for sure. But I can't blame you for wanting to take a minute to yourself and compose yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see anything? I mean, you were right at the table with him.
Let's roll some meddling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the day move with presence.
Okay.
As you think about what could go wrong in this, when I say we have like a little stinger, just a momentary scene where we see Thea, but we see like the table through Thea's eyes, and things are getting a little loopy for you. Things are getting a little squiggly.
Okay. 1 second.
All
right.
You blink and it goes away, and we cut back to Violet.
Yeah. That's not great. That's gonna be a 7.
Okay. So in this meddling, if you trying to figure out if he saw anything, what concerns do you have? What's vulnerable about this for
Yeah. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Violet did follow him down here, and has already mentioned that she saw him go alone. So he might think, she might be the murderer. Is the first one that comes to mind. Yeah, I think that's the primary one.
Yeah. Complication to getting your kill. I think he starts now that you mention something, like he's almost gonna say it, and then he like flinches again and like looks in a different direction, and then starts. So one time when I was 7, I was in a drugstore, and not even a good drugstore. I mean, like, they didn't even have like Twix bars there or anything like that. And
it's okay. I don't think there's good drugs around here. I think you're safe here.
No. And then he like flinches again, and no. There. Pops had to go and buy cigarettes, and I was in the candy aisle, and then it was so loud. It was so loud.
Yeah.
He like starts to tell you what you think is going to be something useful to you, but he seems to be getting lost in a memory that also had a very loud noise. And your complication is, he's got something, but he's not in a place to tell you yet.
Okay. Do you think maybe we should like go get you some water, maybe get you sat down?
It's too loud up there.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Do you want to just, take a minute, take a couple breaths, just relax. It's okay. There won't be any more loud noises.
My biggest instinct in that moment was to be like, and then the fire alarm was pulled.
I was waiting for Artemis to bark again.
I think Tony looks at like ice water would help. Ice water.
Yeah, tell you what, look at me for a second, okay, Tony? Just relax, stay right here, okay? I'm gonna grab some ice water. Just don't go anywhere, okay? Just stay right here. It'll be nice and quiet.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
He starts his pace again.
Okay. I think on the way back, if we can do this in a second, because little Miss Barky Pants needs to go outside real quick.
It's crazy. I didn't know that was a suspect name.
Yeah. I mean, it was right there. You should check the list. The picture's really cute.
Yeah, we can switch scenes.
But yeah, I'm thinking on the way back, she's gonna maybe use her fox molder, since she's in a quiet place that she could maybe see someone to meet them.
For sure.
And this way we can decrease the barking.
Sounds good. We'll cut from this scene as you leave to go get that ice water for Tony, who's very clearly reliving something. I think maybe we'll keep the same order. That means coming back to Marina. You struck out with Mariah and Corinne. But after a little bit, you see the sheriff getting on to Thea about something, and he leaves that little area. You mentioned wanting to talk to Amelia or the mayor or Mike, the caterer, or Dan. Those are kind of your other 4 people who haven't been followed up with. Otherwise, there's a bunch of places you can go. What are your thoughts?
What places?
Well, you've been in town hall before. This main area. There's a bunch of offices. There's supposed to be like a balcony that has a conference room up there for when there are town hall meetings. Other smaller meetings, not the main ones that are in here where fishermen stab each other. There's a men's restroom, a women's restroom, and then like the newly made all gender restroom that got put in. And let's see, there is a lost and found.
Does the balcony, is it like one of like just like an open balcony that could have like clear view to the table?
Oh gosh, Marina, you might have to go up there to see if you could have clear view to the table.
I might go up there to see if I have clear view to the table.
Cool. Other people have sort of milled up here. You do see with her headphones on and a magazine that says Newt Fancy on the front, on like a string of those like classic town hall bench seats. Amelia has parked herself up here, and she looks up at you and then looks back down and starts reading.
Like, hi, are you okay?
What?
Oh, like, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm reading Newt Fan. Do you want? I actually have another copy. And she pulls out a second magazine.
Oh no, that's
it's last
okay.
month.
She was like sitting next to him, right?
Yeah, she was at that table.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
I have 4 copies actually. She's getting up now to bring it to you. You can just have this here. Do you have a pen?
No. And then like internally she's like, is this worth it? Is the Newt? I was like, no, like be strong. No, that's okay. I mean, I just wanted to check in to make sure, because I know you were at that table and we got to talk earlier. So, I just wanted to check in to see how you were doing.
I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you really do seem fine, huh?
Why wouldn't I be fine?
Well, I mean, there was a person who got shot very, very close.
Oh, right, the Las Vegas guy.
Yeah, the Las Vegas guy. Well, I'm glad that you're okay.
This is where I should say that's a shame. That's what people do. Yes, yeah. I didn't know him. It's really hard to feel sad about someone you don't know.
I understand. No, I guess I was more questioned, asking if you maybe felt scared, maybe not sad. I mean, yeah, you didn't know him, but I mean, I'm glad that you're completely okay.
Why would I feel scared?
Um,
I'm scared about a lot of, like, the new population's decline. That's a scary thought.
That is-
Salamanders, pff, count me out. Guns,
oh, well, I mean,
Why are you scared?
I mean, I do feel like just knowing that there was somebody shot in the room that I was in is kind of scary to me.
Oh. Huh.
I think she's so cute. But I mean, do you remember what you were doing before it happened? How was your game going?
Oh, they were about to, deal it all out, and I was thinking about, gosh, it would be really, really great to donate all this money to the Newts, and this is for them. And then I got thinking about the specific way that their toes splay when they're standing on this type of rock, and she tells you like a thought by thought 5-minute spiel about every single thought and how it relates to the next, all Newt related, that I cannot do for you right now because I don't know that much about Newts. And then the lights went off, and I thought, oh, perfect conditions, because the lights were really bright and hurting my eyes a little bit. And some Newts, and then she talks about Newts that like the darkness.
Got it.
And then there was the gunshot, and I thought, whoa, mama, that's a gun. And then I got thinking about how people like shoot animals, and then another 5 minutes, we see this like sped up montage of Amelia talking about Newts and all of her thoughts.
I think every time, like, her eyes will just like be wide open and be like kind of like, and then like hear something about like, it's like, and then again.
I will have you give me the meddling move with presence to see if she says something important in that 20-minute conversation about her thoughts.
I use this guy and this guy. Okay. I have no presence, I think. Yes. That is an 8.
8. I think she says something that does pique your interest. Let's see. All right. And I thought to myself, how strange that they want to drain the Brindlewood fen, and that's an important piece of biodiversity for this sort of area. And then I was thinking about how in biodiversity class specifically, and then she goes on, the clue here is something about draining the Brindlewood fen.
Okay.
But she didn't really say who she heard talking about that. At the same time, so you're getting this clue, but you're also getting this complication that you didn't hear all of it. When the lighting fixtures above you fall. Good news is, on your 8, they're not going to hit you. Okay. It does like crash between you and Amelia in a sort of odd sense, and then you start to feel the gaze of everyone from below looking up onto the balcony where the two of you are. Whoa!
Yeah.
The lights in this place are... They need to get some electricians here. Stat.
Yeah. Oh, especially with the electrical hazard that is all of downstairs. Yeah, that's... I'm honestly surprised that the lights lasted that long as they did. But,
yeah.
they'll just like look up and maybe look out into the to see who's looking.
Everyone's looking.
Nice.
Taya, you're looking, but your
Oh,
vision's
Taya.
swimming. You see 3 Marinas up there.
When did that happen?
I feel like you could.
And I'm signaling like 3.
Like this 3.
You know, they just renovated this area. Maybe they installed it poorly.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What else is up there?
Up above, so there's these string of lights that all look pretty shiny and brand new, and identical to the one that has crashed. And there are like lights that are embedded in ceiling, like the ceiling tiles, the kind that you can kind of like pop up and over.
Mm.
A little bit odd that one of those crashed right next to you.
Yeah. Can I like see anything in like the hole that it probably like made coming down?
It's pretty high up there.
Or even like just in the light fixture itself.
You see that fell out with the light. Pair of scissors.
Pair of scissors.
That would seem to suggest someone cut this on purpose.
Do I want to go up there?
Wait for Taya.
Taya's on drugs, but seeing Taya like just
Grab Violet.
a little delirious, probably gonna want to go check on her.
We shouldn't split the party.
I'm gonna go check out Taya. Like clearly not looking okay.
Yeah, you see Taya like starting to vibe. And I think as you make plans to go down there, our camera will cut. Thea, I think it's time to fully realize the consequence of your 5 with the pills. You have taken a lovely little in-game substance this crew has made called Octane.
Octane?
Sick.
Octane is the equivalent of like LSD and a Four Loko.
Both things that I have no experience in at all.
So you get some hallucinations. The caffeine and the alcohol, like all of your senses are everywhere. All of the things you're seeing, multiples and colors and droops. Yeah, it hit hard. You're fine there for a second, and then suddenly you're like, whoa.
Francine, I don't think this is Advil.
No, you're supposed to take ibuprofen.
I don't think that's that either, but your face looks really nice.
The sheriff with his notebook. What exactly have you taken? And who'd you get it from?
I don't know. Probably this fruit that's like talking to me over here.
We're gonna need a toxicology unit.
No, I'm fine. I'll throw it up. It's okay.
I can't in good conscience let you leave this table like this.
I can throw up on this table, man, if you want me to.
He looks across to Francine. What does she have in her system?
Don't say anything, Francine. It's fine.
I know you thought you whispered that, but you yelled it.
Yeah.
On your character sheet, please put any sort of condition related to drugs that you would like.
Amazing.
But hey,
Hungry Thea.
on Thea, I will say, on Octane, you can't even feel your knees.
Whoa. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah, you do it.
I'm doing like 5 backflips right now. You can't stop me.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna try to do a backflip.
All right, vitality, day move, disadvantage.
No, I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna end up sitting.
You wanted to try to do a backflip. You have a knee problem and you're on drugs.
And isn't that what a drug person would do?
You sit down.
Okay, cool.
Officer Dalrymple grabs Brett by the arm and is like, we might have to take this one to the hospital.
I can just throw up right here, I promise. And then can I use my Maven move to find something to make me throw up?
The Angus MacGyver to throw up Octane?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, when you improvise in a situation using whatever is at hand, the other players and keeper get to name 3 objects you find in the environment, so long as you can give a plausible explanation for how one or more of these 3 objects will help you with the action. You can have advantage on a single roll related to that action. Cool. Your roll will be vitality.
Okay.
To get Octane out of your system.
Okay.
Cool. The rest of us get to name something that Thea might find around that table or just in this environment, being this poker tournament.
This is not how I imagined this move would come in.
I mean, my first thought is poker chips.
Poker chips.
I think you find like a little 2.5 ounce tiny spray bottle of just terrible cologne.
Oh.
Nice. I think because my instinct was to say somebody's bag that we don't. I was like, can I make it someone specific's bag? And we can make it. What's her name? Mariah's bag.
Yes.
So Mariah's bag is on her person. If you want to use Mariah's bag, you'll have to go get it.
Would that be another move?
No. It might have an unintended consequence.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, you could say just a bag that's at the table, or
yeah, it could be someone else's bag. Mariah's just not the type. She carries one of those teeny tiny little armpit bags, and she's not leaving that thing.
Yeah,
she wouldn't. She has too much money.
It's just all cash.
It's hard cash.
Just throw up on her cash.
I would.
As you should.
So it's a person's bag, just the bag, or is it anything in the bag?
I was gonna say the bag to throw up in.
Oh, okay. I like that.
You got poker chips and bad cologne.
Okay. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? Okay. I don't think I'll use the bag to throw up in. I think I'll just throw up on the table, but because I don't think that's part of the move, right, Sydney?
It's 3 things in the environment, so as long as those help you with an action.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll throw up in the bag. Okay, someone's random bag. Okay, what am I gonna do with poker chips and terrible cologne? Okay. Can I'm gonna spray the cologne into the back of my throat to make me heavily gag, and then immediately start throwing a poker chip in there to induce it some more, and then that'll cause me to throw up into the bag.
Just putting everything in your mouth.
Incredible. You this gives you advantage on a roll. So your roll is a vitality day move to get the octane out of your system before it gets worse.
Amazing. Okay, cool.
It's with an advantage.
I know. I rolled 2 1s and a 3. It's not ending. Can I put on a crown?
You can put on a crown.
Okay.
That's so pretty.
Like, can you see this? This is so bad. There's the 2 1s.
Rip.
Thea.
Which crown would you like to put on, Thea?
Let's see. It's from any of them, right?
For the Crown of the Queen, you can pick any of them. For the Crown of the Void, you have to pick them in order.
Okay. And what do the Void crowns do?
If you hover over it, it'll tell you.
It'll tell me. Okay.
So if you picked, I think your first crown is in the Void, it's the Shadow in the Garden. From here on, during cozy vignettes focused on you or cozy move scenes involving you, you must also narrate how dark entities subtly reveal themselves in the scene.
Oh, that's so interesting.
These are sick.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll do How I Was an Imperfect Daughter.
Yeah.
So I've done that yet.
So we cut from this scene of you inducing your gag reflex to get drugs out of your system. What do we see of you being an imperfect daughter?
I think it's just like a hard cut of like her trying to induce this and then like soap in Thea's mouth, and then she like takes it out of like takes a bite out of it and then throws it on the floor because like she had like cussed out her parents or probably one of her parents since they were divorced, and she's just like kicking stuff over, throwing like a full tantrum, all directed at one of her late parents. So
yeah, we see this scene. How old are you?
probably like 11.
Right on. And why were you so mad that you cussed at them?
Probably something small, like I think her mom probably said that she's moving to a different apartment and Thea has the choice to come with her, and Thea was like, F that, like I'm not coming with you to your new apartment. I don't want this big change. And she just like is screaming and yelling and is upset at everything.
Yeah. Just as hard as we cut into this like soap bar in your mouth, and we see the scene play out of you kind of like post that chest heaving, feeling all of these feelings, and your mother, I think maybe just being like, well, that's what's happening. This is where we're going, and just shutting it down. We hard cut to you, chest still heaving, much older here at the table, as poor Petra is like, oh, okay, tablecloth, picking up the tablecloth. It was like, there was with the bag in it. And I'm just did it have to be my backpack?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Petra. I honestly thought it was a mushroom. It seemed like the right thing to do. I'll buy you a new one, I promise.
Whatever. It's okay. Everything's fine. And she just takes it all. And you see her walk to a big black trash bin and just drop the whole thing in. So your role, what kind of cozy moving yourself? You're trying to get rid of Octane?
Yeah. I guess along with all the things, I tried to induce it with probably my own little baggie of leaves from my garden, like herbs and stuff.
Yeah, I'll let you clear that. I think you did a lot in order to earn that.
Cool.
It'll take a little bit to come, like, whatever's working right now, but it's not going to get worse than this. Yeah. And I think maybe that's when Marina joins you. But before we play that scene out, I think we're going to cut back to Violet, and then we'll kind of bounce back in between.
Mm-hmm.
Violet, you're grabbing some ice water, but you can make it a pit stop before you're finding Tony again, right?
Yeah, I think she's gonna see if her informant friend is somewhere down in the basement or in the hallway down to the basement.
Yeah. You get to describe what the scene looks like, the location, the physical environment, and how they arrive on the scene.
So, I think maybe earlier, part of the reason she picked Tony was there was like a little sign with like an arrow on like it's town hall. There's got to be a cork board somewhere that had an arrow pointing that direction. So she talked to Tony first. And are there like more rooms down here in the basement? So I think going down, she noticed that Tony went one way, but there was maybe a set of footprints going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And so before she goes back up the stairs, she follows the footprints to another room. And of course, always shrouded in darkness, because who doesn't love a creepy informant? And before she goes upstairs, she turns into the room to chat with them.
So this is before you're getting water.
Yeah, I wanted to make it after to help Thea, but I think I already said I was doing it before. So, and Violet doesn't know it, but Thea was bad and now it's good, so it's okay.
Yeah, so there are multiple rooms down here, and there are some different sets of dusty footprints. But you follow one and turn into that room, and it's a room that's got a door at the end of that. The only light coming in is the light from the hallway, which is already very dim and musty from the basement. So they're further back in the room, which is how they're shrouded. I think you see... I don't know why we're going with this theme of like, they really love a sit-down moment, but they do, because there's like a singular chair that as you enter, they kind of like drag out to just barely, so like the tips of their shoes are visible, and then they sit down in front of it, on it, and you see like a gloved hand reach out and beckon you in.
Yeah, I think she'll say, just for the drama, I saw your sign upstairs, and step into the room and close the door, and it's dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it cuts off there. The audience doesn't get to hear anything. You hear the "I was never one for arts and crafts," but I hoped you liked it. But that's just for us. The audience just gets a door slam.
Yeah.
Right on. With that, that's going to give you a bonus to your next die roll equal to the number of void clues discovered during the relevant mystery. How long do you think you're in there for?
I think she's fairly concerned about Tony, and with feeling like he might have some information, I think she's gonna try to keep it fairly brief.
Okay. Right on. Cool beans. It's probably good to be concerned about Tony as you like come out of this door.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear him shuffling in the other room.
Oh no. I I want to be like, go back to D&D and be like, investigation check for more footprints on the floor. I think she's gonna poke her head in the room and just be like, you okay? And see if he's still in there.
You poke your head in that room and it's empty. You say, "Are you okay?" And it's probably a little shocking just to hear a voice behind you instead of a voice in front of you. The caterer, Mike.
I think Violet's gonna like clutch her chest and like spin around, hearing something behind her.
Yeah, you see him. He's like unbuttoned the top button of his like catering uniform, and he's got some sort of cart. Man, what are you doing down here?
Grief! What are you doing? You about scared me half to death.
Taking some stuff to storage?
Oh my goodness. Like, is now really the time to be taking things to storage?
Yes.
I mean, that's a fair point.
I think. And he kind of like taps his watch. Yeah, no, yeah. And you hear that back door out of the other room. Oh, hi, Mindy. Back door out of the other room, shutter and close as your secret pal leaves the area.
Now I want them to have friendship bracelets because he said secret pal. Yeah, I think hearing that.
What are you doing down here?
I followed Tony down here earlier. He seemed a little freaked out, and now he's gone. Did you see him coming down while you were coming down here?
No, I mean, I took the elevator. I don't know. He might have taken the stairs.
There's an elevator? Dang, I could have saved wear and tear on my knees. You should really tell people that sooner. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm real confused. What are you? So you were down here with Tony?
Yeah, the loud noise. Apparently, when he was a kid, there was a drugstore and it was loud, and he was kind of, spiraling a little bit.
He pulls out his cell phone. Shit, no bars. I'm gonna go put this in storage. I'll go find him. Tony and I, we go way back. I can figure him out.
Yeah. You don't think
Tony?
I mean,
I don't think what?
I mean, like, I don't know. Somebody just, got shot, and the first thing he did was run off down here. Like,
Tony can't even kill a fly with a fly swatter.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I guess I'll head back upstairs if you wanna keep an eye out for him. But hey, as long as you're not the murderer, right?
Oh, we don't joke about that sort of thing.
I think it's just I read a lot of books. You're right. That's should have thought of that.
People who commit crimes can reintegrate back into society and be better.
All right, listen, and she's gonna take a step back. I have to ask. Like, one, I agree with you, but also, are you saying that you murdered somebody?
Not on purpose. I drank and I drove, and it was one very bad night, and I did my time, and I have a job now, and I'm doing good.
You're making, all the food looked amazing.
Yeah, we try to leave that behind. I'm Fresh Start Foundation helped me out, and
yeah. Well,
I
good.
didn't do this.
Well, good. I just the
way I'm a criminal.
What's that?
I said, just because I've been a criminal before, that's the thing that other people thinking I did it.
I mean, I don't think so.
But you did.
That was more
Oh,
just
geez.
because, like, you were down here alone, and like I just saw Tony, and you're gonna walk after Tony, like I'm just a little jumpy,
Now you gotta read some books in your book club where people do all right after they make one bad mistake.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go put these in storage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go find my friend.
Okay.
You probably should be down.
I'm gonna go and talk to my friends. And hey, I've heard rumors that in her past, Thea committed some crimes. And hey, we still love her. She's great.
Maybe she did it.
No, she wouldn't have murdered him.
At the same time, this is like
too busy flirting.
Timeline-wise, this is when Taya's throwing up drugs.
She's got a really good head on her shoulders, She's really stable now. She makes good choices.
I hope so for your sake.
Yeah, but just, good on you looking out for your friend. Yeah, I'll head back up.
I wouldn't be anywhere without Tony. And he starts to push his cart away.
Okay. What was your name again?
Mike.
I almost said it because I looked. Oh, I'm Violet. It's nice to meet you. If you ever want to, get involved in a book club, you can find us around town.
Oh no, I've been hearing about book club. No, I'm gonna go put these away. They're already probably expecting me back upstairs.
Okay. I don't want to get you in any trouble.
Elevators to the left down the second hallway.
Okay.
He takes that on.
Head off to the elevator and go upstairs where she assumes everything is fine.
Yeah, you get into the elevator and the door opens, and it is in that hallway that you had seen Danielle go down earlier. Opens up and there's a bunch of offices, like mayor and mayor's assistant, all of the a county assessor, all of those offices are like in this hallway. And you see it opens up to Dan. What's his name? Gosh. Dan Gardner yelling at someone on his phone. And he sees you and he's like, we'll continue this later. It's a flip phone, I've decided. He's got a Motorola Razr that he's shutting. So it has the loud snap.
Ooh. I'm just, heading back to the main area. You can, continue your conversation. And Violet kind of starts to walk towards the main room.
No, it's a guy who doesn't know his head from his ass. I'll figure it out later. I'm supposed to be off tonight. I'm supposed to.
Yeah, this isn't about the founders' houses by any chance, is it?
Oh my gosh! You try to make a deal, and then your numbskull brother and his fiance don't do business with family. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sounds like a rough time. That's for sure.
Yeah, you mean you tell me you can't find the deed to the place you own? It's not even your name on it anymore? Like, what a bunch of idiots.
Oh, dang. Somebody lost the deed to the founders' houses?
Oh, no, not all of them. Just this one particular one that they wanted to sell, and now we don't even know if it's theirs. And
oh, dang. They
needed to, you know what? I don't need to bore you with the details.
I mean, it's okay. I'm pretty interested in the history around here. Like the founders' houses are pretty interesting. There's a lot of stories.
What am I, a museum? Roll me the meddling move.
You definitely look like one. All right, so we get to add
presents
and an extra one for our void clue. Oh fuck. That could have been better. 5, 6, 7. 7.
7.
Could have been worse.
Just give me a complication. If you want the clue fully, you could put on a crown.
I kind of do want the clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time for the first void crown. Yes.
Gasp.
Yeah. It needed to be done.
Okay. So this isn't necessarily in the game, but it's something that I really enjoy. Void clowns. Ooh. That was Marina's dream. Void clues and void the crown of the void don't necessarily have a flashback mechanic, but I think they're really, really telling and useful. In this moment, you're using this to get something that you find valuable, this piece of information out of someone you don't like. I'd love for you to tell me about a time where, Violet, you put something in yourself aside to get something or to influence someone for your personal gain.
Ooh. I think the flashback, there's a few quick flashbacks of Violet arguing with her husband in a house that is not their townhouse here in Brindlewood Bay. And I think there are little snippets of like, why would we move there? Like, our family is here. Like, our daughter and our grandchildren are here. And you hear Violet being like, we need to go. We need to go there. It's just, we have to go. And eventually, it seems like they did move, but it seems like there was some argument and some persuading involved in getting her husband to move with her to Brindlewood Bay.
I think on some nights where you're feeling especially maybe insecure or guilty, you're not sure if it was persuasion or just someone acquiescing to stop the fights. You know, did you convince him or did he give up?
Yeah.
Some days you're not sure. As that memory tugs at you with this stranger, you know, property development man in front of you, that moment of like, will I convince him or will he give up and tell me anyway? Either way, I'm going to get what I want. Sits at your core. And Dan, I think he tells you the story about his idiot brother and like his brother's got a gambling addiction. And I don't know. What should we name Dan's brother?
Stan.
Stan. Stan Gardner. And you guys all know Stan Gardner. You can't lend him a cent. You know, he's never given it back. Whereas Dan is, well, Dan's not very likable either, but at least Dan's got a job and pays rent and holds down, you know, he's got a wife, a kid who's in very competitive sports. Certainly going to turn out okay. But Stan has been known to maybe find some funds that aren't his. And I think the clue you get out of here that I'm like trying to piece together in my own head why Dan would be telling you this when he was complaining about his brother is that he says, and then I see his stupid accomplice here tonight, and you know, I thought that guy got ran out of town years ago, and now he's back with a different fucking name. Ace Rogers. What the hell is that? And the clue you get is a false identity. Charles Ace Rogers is not this man's birth given name.
You don't say.
Listen, I don't know. I feel like if you've got to change your name, you've been doing a lot of stuff you probably shouldn't. Or you got a lot of people after you. And he rolls back up into town to play for the Society of the Kindly Ones. Who the fuck are those people?
Yeah. I've never heard of them before.
Neither have I. Man, and I know about every charity that's a front in this town.
Which charities are fronts in this town?
Oh, my phone's ringing. It wasn't.
This is one of those moments where I wish there was a mechanic to make you like roll to avoid a Maven question. As he like picks up his phone, I think Violet's gonna stand there for like a little bit of an awkward amount of time, just waiting for him to start his conversation. And I assume he's eventually gonna like wait until she finally leaves, but she's just gonna be like, "Yeah, go ahead, continue."
Yeah. Hi, honey. Oh, yeah. You need me to pick up some of those?
You probably can't leave for a little bit.
I can't leave for a little bit, but I can stop by the store after this.
Okay, you guys have a good time.
Yeah, you need what color? He just gets into it. He's not waiting long enough in between like the points to like be having a real conversation. He's very clearly like, shit, I said too much.
Tell your wife I said hi.
She says hi, honey. She says she doesn't know you.
Really? We met at the grocery store the other week. That's really surprising. Are you sure? Stores?
She's got memory things. Yeah, no, I know.
Do you want me to talk to the sheriff to, get you out of here sooner? Like, does she need help?
No, it's just pregnancy brain.
Oh, you guys are having a second kid? Congratulations.
Not us, just her.
Oh.
Yeah, I can get you some. Yes.
There's somebody I need to chat with.
I'm having a conversation.
I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah. You enjoy your conversation. Let's go.
Listen, Dan be working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so does his wife.
Yeah.
It sounds like you head off from Dan.
Yes, and I think if I can, I think she's gonna go to the table when she sees Marina and Thea, and she's gonna sit down and just be like, "Okay, I need to know what you guys have been up to, but I also have some Newtown gossip. Apparently, Dan's wife is pregnant, and supposedly he said this, it's not his." And also some of the charities are fronts. But seriously, what have you guys been up to?
Violet, there's like two of you. I don't know which to believe. One of you is talking about some mushrooms. I don't know.
Like Thea's on drugs.
Not anymore. I threw it up.
Where did Thea get drugs from?
Oh, Francine.
Hey.
Francine. Hey. Do we need to have the don't give Thea drugs conversation?
I pointed out which ones were the ibuprofen.
It was my fault. It's okay. I just, bad eyes. I didn't bring my glasses.
Okay.
And she's missing part of her hearing aids. Oh.
Oh.
Why is there one on the table?
Did I yell that also?
It was like rub her back.
Yeah, like leans into Marina.
I think as you guys are here with Francine, the sheriff has left this table. He's not too far away because he's still very like on Thea, but he's not sitting here since the vomit incident. I think maybe Mariah's bugging him about something, so he's pulled away, or the mayor or something.
All according to plan. And Thea like takes out the clue that I got.
Yeah. You take out a pair of gloves covered in gunshot residue.
Oh, that's something. I immediately pictured like an OJ moment.
You get in the comments if that's what you pictured too.
Yeah.
If the glove don't fit.
Ooh. This is all I've been up to, and drugs, and flirting with Francine. And I like
What?
linked it again.
Oh, has Francine been flirting back?
I'm right here. What's going? What?
Yeah, I was asking.
It's nothing. It's okay.
No. You said you were flirting with me.
Maybe.
There's a knife again.
I didn't bring my knife this time.
Oh, that's probably why she couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a butter knife on the table if you want it.
No, don't. She's still.
Oh, good call. Good call.
You gotta tell me if you're flirting with me. I can't be. Sometimes it's hard to know.
I wasn't making it obvious enough.
You busted your knee open, crawled around on the floor, took drugs, and then threw up.
Sounds like a great night to me, right?
That's how she flirts.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Right back at you. And Thea leans back into Marina, trying not to throw up again.
Just like keeps rubbing.
I think
Go get some water.
Does she get up and leave?
Yeah, Francine will leave.
And I'll also relay, and also after an ungodly amount of facts about newts or just some kind of amphibian, I managed to find out that someone, I didn't catch who, wants to drain the Brindlewood Fen. I guess this was talk around the final table. And also, scary enough, when I was up there, a light fixture just crashed down, and there was a pair of scissors. So it wasn't just you'd think it was just the faulty electricity job, as like just gestures around. But this seemed definitely deliberate.
Maybe once my knee is feeling better, I can jump up there and like find something. But Marina, do you have any like healing crystals or something? And Violet, can you like knit me a little cozy for my knee? I don't.
Can I use my bag?
Tell me more.
I think I was thinking of going a little like Howl's Moving Castle and just having like little bottles of stuff that say like skin and like eye and just like maybe like something that's skin that's like an ointment like
a pain ointment.
Where's my skin thing? But it's what I used for my ankle. That's like an herbal like Mexican like herbal thing.
I love it.
Just to like help with swelling and help that kind of stuff, and maybe like some kind of gauze.
Yeah. It sounds like maybe, Thea, you're trying to initiate a cozy move.
I am.
Right on.
Absolutely.
So in that case, with the cozy move, whoever cozy activities we're using, that's the person who's going to find a clue, and then everyone can clear a condition who's participating. So it sounds like maybe collecting, could be some of these things in Marina's bag, or if Violet is crocheting something, it could be, but only one of you.
It fits the vibe. I do like you pulling things out of your bag.
I know, me too.
Mhm.
Maybe like we'll like even like go somewhere like or like I'll like dig around it on the floor and like make sure I'm passing the right things to you.
Yeah. I think
You
your flavor.
dump your bag.
Yeah.
Just like dump it out on the table, and there's like a bunch of things that say like skin, foot.
Every time you say skin, it kills me. I just imagine rolled up skin in like a bottle.
The true horror of this game was that comment.
And the game ended there. It's been great.
What conditions are we clearing? I don't think Marina has any.
Mm-mm.
Classic Marina not having conditions.
Gosh.
May I heal my snap, crackle, pop?
You can.
Love that name.
Yeah.
Are you choosing to clear your crow condition, Violet?
I think I'm going to. I rack up enough conditions that maybe the crows will come back.
Perhaps. And part of this cozy move, and Marina, since we're doing your thing, you get to make the clue. It's all you then. You get to find a clue with this cozy move. Marina, what's been cooking up? What are you adding to this?
Do I say it first or do I say how I found it?
I think you should tell us how you found it. I think you should draw it out because they don't know. And I don't know, so it's fun.
Okay. Let me think. Where have I been?
You've been down on the main floor. You took the stairs up to the balcony. You were up there for a little bit.
Okay. Can I say that I like went to the bathroom at some point or okay. I think that I'm gonna like Marina would have gone to the all-gender bathroom, and it's always the nicest bathroom. And just, composed herself in the mirror after the crash happened, and made sure she was all okay, and just kind of like bummed out that this is how the night went, and looked at her cute outfit, and kind of like was in general feeling down, but just like giving herself the affirmations, hyping herself up. And I think in like checking all of her angles, at one point she would have seen something like tucked behind one of the mirrors and gone to check it out, a curious mind. And as she'll pull it out, and on it you'll see a compromising photo between a suspect and Ace Rogers.
You pull that out for them to see now?
And I'll tell them how I found it.
Oh my god. Okay, so you know the crazy thing about that? Apparently, Ace Rogers isn't even his real name.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Apparently, he used to like be some kind of I'm gonna use Dan's words here, accomplice of Dan's brother. Y'all know Stan. Yeah.
Classic Stan.
Classic Stan. He used to run around with Stan, and apparently he was going under another name back then. He wasn't Ace Rogers then. So like, this is
interesting. And I was wondering, like, I mean, he doesn't know anybody in town. Like, why would this picture be there? What? Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's definitely fishy.
Yeah.
Good eye though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And speaking of eyes, I think my vision's finally getting better, guys. There's only 1.5 of these photos that you have.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we were worried about you there.
Yeah.
It's working its way out of my system.
What do you think you took?
I don't know. I thought it was ibuprofen. but I don't know.
I think we'll be a little more careful with drugs in the future. That seems like more of a croon activity.
Yeah.
True.
I'm actually surprised we didn't do drugs on Croon this month.
Yeah.
This
Next
year.
croon.
I mean,
Next
it was so busy with the murder and all
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm feeling better. Where do you guys want to go?
What are you thinking?
Let's see. Have you guys seen Danielle around? So I followed Tony downstairs. He was having a meltdown. Mike's gonna go take care of him. But Danielle was headed back to like the office area, but I didn't see her when I came out. So have you guys seen her around at all?
No, I've just been with Francine and I've been throwing up. And that's my whole day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just went upstairs where the like light fixture was cut.
Huh.
And the Newts.
And
The
then
Newts.
Freaking
Yeah.
I think we should go check that out. I think that's dangerous that they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could maybe point us, like if someone was just willy-nilly cutting like light fixtures, and especially like in that moment, if they were there in that moment, I mean they saw us there.
Mhm.
Mm.
It sounds like you guys are trying to get into the attic of Town Hall.
Yeah.
Basement and an attic in one session?
I know. Wow.
It's an old town hall. It was probably something else first. Like a row home or I don't know.
We're just going into all the spooky places.
I mean, none of us have gotten locked in yet, so.
True.
Cool. You guys are heading up to a town hall attic.
Yeah, I like stretch out my knee and then write a little note on like a gum wrapper to Francine, like, be right back. Bye.
You should put a heart.
Yeah, you think she'll get it?
I think that might help. I think, yeah, being a little clearer.
Yeah. Maybe add a knife?
I put a
Maybe
little
not a heart
little
with a knife
arrow
in it.
except knife.
a heart with a knife stuck through it.
And you wrote "be right back" on it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cute.
What an ominous way to say that.
And you guys are heading up the stairs with knife. Sorry, gotta write that down. For just me and nothing else.
Oh gosh.
You leave that note, you head up the stairs. I think we smash cut to the three of you in that stairwell that is supposed to, it goes up halfway and then there's like one of those classic, like you have to pull down the rest of the stairwell to like during renovation they like close this hallway, so like this or like this stairwell, so you have to pull it down to even get up there. I will say you guys did have to pass the mayor on the way up here. What did you say to send him on his way? How'd you get past the mayor without him being suspicious about where you guys are going and why altogether?
We definitely don't have drugs.
What was it that we said last time that we like peed a little bit?
Yeah. You know what? I think Violet might pretend that she's having a little bit of a panic attack, so they can be like, "Oh, we're taking her to a quiet place."
We'll just all right. I'll make sure to send someone from. I don't know why he's Southern now. I'll make sure to send someone from EMS or something up here for you all. If you're
I just need a minute. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I really don't think it's that serious. We've dealt with this before.
We just need to breathe through it. Have her hold some crystals. It's fine.
Well, mental health is very serious. It's part of my platform.
Oh, absolutely. But you don't need to call, a whole squad for this.
I've got them on speed dial. He walks away with his phone.
I've got my team here.
So the mayor might be sending someone up here eventually. You know your time is limited.
Okay.
But yeah, as he pulled his phone out and started ringing, so he's dealing with that. Here in the attic, the smell of old wetness, similar to the basement, Violet. It's not too different. Gray, gloomy light coming in from some of these uncleaned windows way up here on the top of the building. Cardboard boxes full of forgotten junk and rat droppings. My paint the scene question here is, what hazard has developed here through neglect?
All of the floor is like that housing stuffing. What is it called?
Yeah.
Insulation, yeah.
Housing stuffing.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. I got
You
it.
got
No, we all knew what you meant.
What do you want me to say?
House fluff.
House fluff.
It keeps you warm.
Yeah. Good song.
Thanks. Yeah, the insulation's fallen out of the walls and it is like on the ground now. Woof. There's some like pieces of cardboard put down for like whoever had been up here last to walk on top of it. And then specifically for Violet, because you've got a Crown of the Void.
I do.
What about this place is super comforting to you?
I think it's pretty dark up here, and I think she's a little more comfortable moving around in the darkness. That's right. I forgot to narrate my creepy bit for the cozy move. I screwed up already.
That's all right. That's a hard bit to remember, and you want to add something in? Or you can do it now. Like, what are you seeing up here that's both comforting and creepy?
Ooh, I think in the darkness, I think she feels like she sees the shadow, like the outline of a person. Could be the informant, could be someone else. And she's just like, yes, this is comforting.
You see the outline of a person. You all see the outline of a person. I need everyone here to give me a night move with composure.
Please. Oh, 10 for Thea.
Eight.
That's gonna be a 5. I think I might be using your not get a condition free card.
It's a good one. This would have not been great.
Goodness.
Okay. So I've come up to the attic. This musty, dusty place with bits of cardboard and house fluff and strained light, dampness. In the dark corner, you see what you first think is, a mannequin or maybe some sort of like life-size cardboard cutout statue. The reason you all had to move roll composure is because this thing moved.
I think Violet might start actually having a little bit of a panic attack.
Is rolling out from this darkened corner. You see Danielle Walsh, bound, Someone has put her in a jester costume. A familiar to Marina only jester costume.
Hmm.
And Danielle has panic in her eyes. Her mascara has run.
I think Marina would like stumble back and then also like find herself in that same position that she was in the dream, like kind of like that.
Can Thea like catch her? Like
Yeah. I'll say that can happen. You had a 10, so you're not as phased as everyone else is here.
Sick.
Like why is she like that? Why is she dressed like that? She wasn't dressed like that earlier, was she? And then just like
Is this real?
I don't know. Like, she wasn't dressed like that earlier. I've never seen that sort of costume here. I'm gonna make sure Marina's steady, and then I'll run over and take off the whatever's covering her mouth.
I think I might like huddle with Violet.
I was gonna say, as soon as Thea lets go of Marina's arm, Violet is like,
I don't know who did this, but they're gonna pay.
You didn't see them at all?
And she kind of like juts her eyes to you see a cloth in the corner. Can you untie my
Oh, yeah.
hand?
I whip out my knife. Cut the
Fully lucid.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Yeah, you cut her loose. No, they from behind, this stuff you see in like old timey films, just over my mouth, and I was out, and then I was here.
Okay, where were you before this?
Downstairs.
Doing what?
She stops talking. I was downstairs.
were you in the offices? I thought I saw you over there.
Just near them. You know, there's lots of hallways.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Do you see my clothes? I rented that jumpsuit. She takes the jester hat off and throws it on the ground.
Do you know anyone who would have wanted to do this to you?
Wanted to tie up a reporter and put them in the attic? Probably whoever shot that guy.
Marina, are you okay?
I think now she's just like staring at like the jester hat. Like, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I had a weird dream with this theme, and I think I'm just a bit fascinated by it. I think I'll just turn now like away from like the jester hat and to Danny, who's now not wearing it, so like Marina can look at her now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this happened to you. But
Thanks. I guess I got a wax out of it, I guess.
there's a bright side.
I'm sure as hell trying to find it.
You really didn't see who did this to you, or like maybe feel something about the way that they grabbed you?
Roll me the meddling move with reason, I think, in this moment. Instead of presence. She's willing to talk. I think you offering up these options are like is the help in this that's letting you do reason.
Okay. 8 plus reason 1, 9.
9. Awesome. So a 7 to 9 on a meddling move involves a complication. No, I don't. I couldn't tell you if they were taller or shorter or. I mean, they had to be at least decently strong, but I'm not. Middling. I could have been any. But. I was. Maybe perhaps I was in an unlocked office looking at some unlocked things for personal reasons. Potentially.
Would I be able to do a crown to get the full thing? Okay.
You could.
Okay, I want the full thing.
Whoa.
What crown do you want to do?
I'm kind of wondering, because my first thought was like, oh, well, I'll do a crown of the queen, but I think because of the setting and what just happened, and just like the freakiness of it all, I think she might do a crown of the void.
I think that makes sense. Marina.
Mm-hmm.
All throughout your life, you have experienced these uncanny connections. Some people have told you should start buying lottery tickets, if only the connections were of that variety. Instead, you seem to know that feeling when, I should call that person today, and then the next day, someone calls you with news of their passing.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I wanted to drive a different route, and then that hour that you would have been on that road, there would have been an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Or these inexplicable times in which something out there has connected you to something larger.
Mm-hmm.
And this moment with Danny in the jester outfit in your dream is a very disturbing version of this phenomena that I think has happened for a long time now. These premonitions. I'd love for you to tell me and tell us about a time for Marina where you knew something bad happened before it happened and you couldn't stop it.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I think where she lived before in Montauk, it's still pretty small, pretty coastal, and I think she always kind of went to the same few places every time. And I'm imagining this as like a bakery or something, and always the same person there receiving her, very well-known person that she'd always give a good word to, and always have a little bit of chit-chat. And I think some of her dreams are just kind of like warbly dreams that are kind of like those woozy dreams, and then some in those kind of dreams are very, very vivid. And I think that there was one where she saw this person get very, very hurt. And so she was always kind of asking them if they were okay, like every time that the next time that she would see them, because they were like more recurring. So she would always ask them are you doing well? Are you okay with your health? Because every time the death would be different, or sometimes it wouldn't even be death. Sometimes it would be like just very severely hurt. And then they were always like, yeah, I mean, doing fine, doing great. Like, business is good, everything's good. And then she was always like plagued with these dreams until like they stopped. And then maybe 2 days passed and would just go and everything was okay. It's like, oh, I guess it was just a fluke. And like another day passed and she had heard there was a fire and that he had fallen asleep at his desk.
Yeah. You come from these like flurry of scenes of you remembering this and coming back to here, another instance in which for some inexplicable reason something out there gave you a tie or a glimpse to something that was to occur tonight. However horrifying it is, a warning of sorts. And I think you're going to start to see some of those warnings pop up more and more with this crown. But you do bump this one success here. So she was telling you that she was, maybe was down in an office, open office, looking at open things up on the wall that anyone could be seeing. Not a rifler. But the cabinets in that office opened like a door. I thought there was I was facing the door I came in, but whoever got me entered from something that's not a door. Not a one you can see with your eyes anyway.
So, like a secret passage?
Like a secret passage. Your capital C clue here is a secret passage between the mayor's office and one other location. In this case, we're going to make the other location because I do feel it's important to establish it now. Actually, I'm going to establish it in my head. If you guys go investigate it, you'll get to find out where it goes.
Okay.
All right.
And just about that time that there's steps up of these last little wooden creaky guys. Oh, it's like a party up here. Officer Brett strolls in. The mayor sent me, said someone was like totally freaking out. I don't know which between you that is, actually.
It was me, but I think Danielle here could maybe use a little more support in this moment.
Oh, I know you. And he points at Danielle. You're the one who keeps trying to get in it. My uncle doesn't like you, lady. And she goes, well, I don't like your uncle. Well, sometimes I don't like him either. Come on, let's get you all out of here. And he'll wait for everyone to leave the attic.
Okay.
You all follow suit?
Yes.
I think so.
I think Marina might just like maybe take like just a beat and probably looks over at the jester hat before proceeding over.
Taya's gonna like kick the jester hat behind some.
You kick it?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it into the house fluff.
The house.
As you kick it, I do need to know who's here when you kick it. So Danielle went out first. Are you all three still here?
Yeah, Violet wouldn't leave without everybody.
Yeah.
When you kick the jester hat, it turns into dust. And when it does, kind of falling out of the basin of the hat is a few cards that have been stuck inside.
Oh, I pick up the cards.
Yeah. One of them is an ace, but where the ace should be, someone has pasted a picture of Ace Rogers. The other card is a 2, but where the 2 should be, someone has put a picture of Mark Harrison. The third card is a 3. There is a question mark on it. And then in like dark red maroon, all in or fold.
Oh, scared.
Oh, why?
That is a void clue.
Ah.
It sure is.
I think that's where we'll end for tonight. I didn't pull the fire alarm.
Stress.
No, you didn't. Wow.
Oh my God.
Man, the attic.
The attic.
That would happen to us.
Right. Wow.
Crazy.
I was not ready for that.
That was a clue.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Lots more questions to answer. Not only who shot Ace Rogers, who did that to Danielle Walsh? Where does that secret passage go? Who the fuck is putting cards in hats that turn to ash?
Yeah.
Oh, so creepy.
And does Francine understand what flirting is?
The most
No.
important thing.
Questions.
Does the sheriff find his note?
I'm in the process of drawing it now, so it'll be ready soon.
Thank you all for playing. We're gonna have a part 3. And for those of y'all who are watching, thank you for being a part of this and watching. Hopefully we figure out what happens to Ace Rogers before our Mavens, I don't know, go insane? Get committed? I don't know. Get pinned for the crime? Lots of things. More questions than answers, but I bet your next couple of clues will help make it make sense. So.
Got some good creepies today.
Yeah, it's good.
Good
Yeah.
creepies. I ate that one half of a sandwich and came back and said, ooh,
Ready.
we're ready.
Wow.
But thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And what's the as it is below?
And is
Below,
It is below with you. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it one of these times.
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget.